Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Persh Mehra. In this video, I'm going to discuss about initial public offering. I'm going to make two parts of the videos. The full form of IPO is initial public offering. To understand the concept of IPO in a better way, let's take an example. Let's say there's an entrepreneur with a brilliant business idea, that is to manufacture organic food items. He's very confident that the business will be successful and is all set to launch the idea of his business. As a typical entrepreneur, he is likely to be hit by the typical problem, which is where would he get the money from? Assuming that the entrepreneur has no business background and that he will not attract any serious investors, he would actually approach his family and friends to pitch the idea and raise some money. He could approach the bank for a loan as well as, but this would not be the best option for this. Now let us assume that he pools in his own money and also convinces two of his good friends to invest in his business. Because these two friends are investing in the pre-revenue stage and taking the blind bet on the entrepreneur, they would be called angels investor. So let us imagine that the promoter along with the angel raises rupees 1 crore in the capital. The initial money that he gets to kickstart his business is called the seed fund. In return for the initial seed investment, the original three promoters will be issued the share certificates of the company, which entitles them to the ownership in the company. The only asset that the company has at this stage is the cash of 1 crore, hence the value of the company is also rupees 1 crore. This is called the company's valuation. Issuing shares is quite simple. The company assumes that each share is worth rupees 10 and rupees 10 is called the face value of the share. Now let us say that the promoter retains 40% of the shares and the two angels gets 5% each and the company retains 50% of the shares. Since the promoters and the two angels own 50% of the shares, this allotted portion is called the issued shares. Now backed by a good company structure and a healthy seed fund, the promoter kickstarts his business operations. He wants to move cautiously, hence he decides to open one small manufacturing unit and one store of retail of his product. Now let's say his hard work pays off and the business starts to pick up. At the end of the 2 years of the operation, the company starts to break even. The promoter is now no longer a rookie business owner. Instead, he is more knowledgeable about his own business and of course more confident. The promoter now wants to expand his business by adding one more manufacturing unit and a unit additional retail stores in the city. Let us assume he meets one such professional investor who agrees to give him 2 crores for a 20% stake of his company. The investor who typically invests in such stage of the business is called the venture capitalist, and the money that the business gets at this stage is called Series A funding. Now the balance percentage of the shares is retained within the company and has not been issued. 3 more years pass by and the company is phenomenally successful. The company decides to retail presence in at least 3 more cities. To back the retail presence across the 3 cities, the company also plans to increase the production capacity and hire more resources. Whenever a company plans such expenditure to improve the overall business, the expenditure is called the capital expenditure or simply capex. There are few options with the company to raise the funds. The company can even approach another venture capitalist for raising the funds, or they can even put up their some profits that they have gained in the last few years. Number 3 is they can also ask for a loan from a bank. This loan is also known as debt. Classic real world examples of such wealth creation stories would be Infosys, Page Industries, HR Motors, Titan Industries, Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Now after all the years, the company decides to allot the shares to the authorized capital for the Series C funding. They cannot approach the typical venture capital because venture capital funding is usually small and runs into few crores. This is when the private equity investor comes in the picture. The investors are highly qualified and have the excellent professional background. They invest large amounts of money with the objective of not only providing the capital of the constructive, but also place their own people on the board of the invested company to ensure that the company steers a required direction. After the private equity investment, the company has progressed really well and they have successfully made their product portfolio plus, and they have presence across all over the cities in the country. Revenues are good, profitability is stable, and the investors are happy. The promoter, however, now wants to expand more. The promoter now wants his brand to be available across all the major international cities. He wants 2 outlets in every major city across the world. This means that the company needs to invest in the market research to understand what people like in other countries. The company decides to fund the capex partly through the internal accruals and also files for an IPO. When a company files for an IPO, they have to offer the shares to the general public. The general public will subscribe to the shares by paying a certain price. Now, because the company is offering the shares for the first time to the public, it is called the initial public offering. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you really like this video, please click on the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I will be making second part very soon. Thank you so much once again.